39. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Double tight, double tight. Hey,
here we go now. Green.
March 50, march 50, march 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Check 13.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Set, 3-19.
Kill, kill,
3-19.
Back to throw. Higgins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic, 50's the mic. All day.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, Higgins. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now let's go.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, look at 56. 3-19. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. All right, here we go. Philly, here we go. Green 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Higgins. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Here we go now.
3 down.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Back to throw now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Go, go, go.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Left, left, left.
Get that quarterback, D. Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
Strong right.
Set. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Strong right, strong right. Here we go.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Mike's 50.
Blue 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now look at 56. Over. Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Higgins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Blitz, blitz. They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Higgins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun, Higgins. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at about the 14. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now they'll run on the draw. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go now.
Now a handoff looking right. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a third and about 5.
All right, here we go. Blue, 90.
Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
All right, here we go.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Double tight. Double tight.
Now let's go. Blue, 90.
Got 4. Got 4
Blue,
down, 4
90.
down.
Looking to throw on second down. Higgins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop any defensively. 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here we go now.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Leopard. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Off the play fake. Higgins. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar
I was
situation.
going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little.
They got his man complete. And they rattle off a big one. 52 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Gun. Leopard. Hurry up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now they try the right side here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another 1st down run right there.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try to run some offense that way?
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Hurry up, here we go.
To throw on second down. Higgins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Single receiver, single
All right,
receiver.
here we go.
Hey, Jordan and I
Blue
over there.
90.
Single receiver.
Blue 90.
To throw on third down. Higgins. And he comes back with one complete. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Now let's go.
Four down.
Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. The Broncos in their hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Again, it's Mixon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Green 39.
From the gun, Higgins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Higgins. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way home for a Bronco score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
Hurry up, here we go.
Hey.
He'll drop to throw.
Three down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Here we go now.
On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. We got 4.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
51 the mic. 51 the mic.
On first and 10, Higgins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Set. Green 30. Gun.
Now they run with Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Hey, you're on an island over there.
Now let's go. Green 39.
On 3rd down, Higgins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Green, 39. Green.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here.
Strong left, strong left. Let's go.
Hurry up, here we go. Gun, gun.
Check.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Set.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Leopard. Over. 319.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. The swing pass caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go now. 3.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks near the 34-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. 76 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Green 39.
Slam.
Throwing on first down. Higgins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Looking to throw on second down. Higgins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Broncos on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 16.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Higgins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. Higgins finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey,
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Higgins to Mixon on the check down. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
87's mine. Don't worry about that. Single.
All right, here we go.
Single.
Green 39. Green 39.
59's Mike. 59's Mike.
To throw on second down. Higgins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run here with Mixon. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Set. Green, 39.
From the gun, Higgins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Double tight, double tight. Alert, alert.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Terry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Watch tight end. Hey, guys, check me out.
Now let's go.
Coleman now. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. They will run again with Coleman. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
You got 3 down.
Here we go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time. And he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level. And he's able to get back on track.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Green 39.
Hey, defense, let's go.
On first down, Higgins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, now,
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here we go now. Boom, landing.
Looking to throw. Higgins. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Mexico City, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Set. Green 39.
Now back to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs to make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right. Watch right.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at 56. Leopard. Leopard. Now let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
3 down. 3 down.
All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at of 42.
This is more where I came from.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
We got three. We got three.
Blue
Three
90.
down.
They're going to look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 19 yards there on the pickup. And they're going to face a third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
All right, here we go. Green.
Hey, four down. Four down.
Following the fumble recovery, Higgins, blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw, Higgins. And he's got some space here. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go now.
We got
Blue
three. We got
90.
three, fellas. We got three.
Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
In the red zone this time.
Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Now let's go. Green. Detroit. Detroit. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go. fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2.
Check number 6. Check number 6.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Operating from the gun. Higgins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Now let's go.
Looking to throw. Higgins over the middle, complete. That's Frazier. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
Double tight. Double tight.
Now let's go.
4 down.
4 down.
4 down.
4 down.
On 1st and 10, Higgins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Higgins. And he will find his man on the outside. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 down.
Set. 319.
To throw on 3rd down. Higgins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
319.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's right there.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Watch right, watch right. All day, baby, all day.
They'll drop the throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Set! Green! Leopard! Leopard!
Sponge!
Over! Now let's go! Gun!
Big edge.
Here we go now! Watch it now, Barney!
Watch the safety creep.
Black 99 Philly, here we go!
Check.
Now let's go!
Here they come.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
All right, now, look at 56.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. That one looks like he'll throw here.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Watch left, watch left. Here we go,
Set.
D.
Green,
All day
39.
defense, all day, all day.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperate... Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And he missed it. It wouldn't have mattered. They were going to lose either way, but the game ends strangely on a missed PAT. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the home team here, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And now it's off to the airport for a date with customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say adios from Mexico City.